Hello everyone, welcome to Smallwood Lot. Well, today I'm back on the tee again. Gonna do a little bit of wiring work. We got our harnesses in, we got our plugs in, we got our carburetor kits in, we got our oil, a magnet for the transmission pan to help collect any type of air, any type of metal dust or anything like that that gets circulated through the oil, air filter kit, so on and so forth. I know it didn't come original with an air filter, but that's besides the point. But let me show you. Right down here below the bolt, below this bolt is the commutator. It has 4 wires that come up here through the engine and connect to this coil box. Okay, this coil box has 4 different coils in it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the spark plug wires. 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the engine. That is it for the engine wiring harness. Okay, that I see, aside from the starter and the alternator. I have to chase that out and see where that's at. But we have a lighting harness, which is an 8 wire. So let's go ahead and count how many wires we got here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wires here. A looped through ground wire from the inside the car. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. I have 8 and 6, huh? Take a look at that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. These 2 end ones are doubled up. So that's telling me that's your lighting, probably. Headlamps, tail lamps, so on and so forth. Looks like something comes over here to the sensor at the back of the motor. Here's our harness going to the front. Goes down underneath. Down underneath. Over to here. 1 wire comes up to the generator. 2 wires come up here to the headlamp. 2 wires over to this headlamp. While I'm inspecting this and dissecting it, this is the reason why I wanted to replace this harness. Okay, while we're going through this car, getting to know it, you can see I've got, where is my finger? There it is. Abrasion here, abrasion there, abrasion there. There, I am worn through to the copper. Okay, and they've broken everything loose and free. While everything would probably still function with a little bit of heat shrink or electrical tape over it, that's not something I wanted to risk. I want it, and he wants it, and we both want it. We want it right. We want this thing, when we hit the key, pull the crank handle, or hit that starter button, we want this thing to run. That means these wires have got to go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, going from the Ford diagram and also from the old wiring harness, the black wire with the red tracer goes to number 1. The solid red wire goes to number 2. The blue with the gray tracer goes to number 3. And the solid green wire goes to number 4. Now if you notice, I'm laying it flat into here because I also have to keep in mind there is the contact spring that holds this in place, and also the adjustment rod. This is where that lever on the steering column will swing your timing to advance or retard your timing of the engine. Basically, this is your distributor cap. so to speak, but they're calling it a commutator. Okay, here it is. I just placed these wires on as a mock-up to make sure I'm in the right orders. Number 1 cylinder. Keep in mind, these terminals are facing the right side of the vehicle. This is the front of the box. This is the rear of the box. So this one here corresponds with the first coil pack, first spark plug wire, right here. Red goes to number 2, right here. Hey. Yep, red's number 2. There's number 2. Blue goes to number 3. There's number 3. Green, number 4, down to number 4. Okay, everybody, here I am working on the coil box right now. All I'm doing today is I'm cleaning up the spark plug wires, replacing the spark plug wires, and cleaning up the contacts behind each of these bolts to make sure I have a good, solid spark when we go to put this back in the vehicle. I'm wire brushing the stud and the nut behind it, and I'm running the nuts, each of these nuts, across. See how corroded and nasty that is? I'm running them across this file, just like so. A few swipes. Just knock off any corrosion and clean it up a little, just so I can have a better continuity through the circuit. I don't want to go too far or take too much off, because I don't really want to weaken it any. But if I can find my fingers, you can see I got that nice and clean now. So that should give me a good contact. And you see that stud? That's the contact for the spark plug wire. Now, I really don't want to take this all apart yet, so I'm just going to get in here with a wire brush and knock loose any of the debris that is there for right now. I'm not sure if that is a double nut there or not. Maybe I should inspect that, because if it is, I'll clean that up too. Yes, it is a double nut. So I'm going to take these all apart again. I'm going to clean up both surfaces of that nut also. Okay, all my spark plug wires are now installed. Both nuts, the one for the contact and the clamp, have all been filed and cleaned all the way through on all 4 of these. So when I put them in, before I lock them in place, I should be able to go ahead and position each one of these onto its prospective spark plug and have it fit. But I'm stopping here now on this because I have to go into the wiring of the vehicle. The interior harness, I believe it is the 6-wire harness that controls the body and the lights. I have to start replacing all of that. Hold on. Okay, folks, here I have the ignition switch, lighting switch and everything off in my hands with the amp meter. Okay, here's the back of it, flipping it right over. Amp meter is now between my fingers and the ignition switch is on the other side. However, I'll be flipping it over and putting it in the correct orientation later, because this would be upside down when I install it. But I'm going to start off with cleaning up all these contacts before I even start putting any of these wires back on in their proper location according to the schematics. So, give me a few minutes. I'll go ahead and show you how I'm cleaning it up, and we will go for it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the dash side of things is back together now completely. I forgot to go ahead and photograph and video what I did with putting wires back on, but I thoroughly cleaned all the contacts with a small wire brush with brake clean and Q-tips. Put everything together and snugged it all up. it will match the diagram, which I will insert here in a few minutes. But now I'm going to go to the outside of the vehicle, and we're going to videotape the cleaning of the terminal block to splice both the interior harness and the body harness together. Please keep in mind, this was 6 wires. That is 8 wires, because on the exterior of the vehicle, we have 2 headlamps and a tail lamp that must be tied in. Okay, here we are at the outside of the vehicle at the terminal block. Okay, we've already wiped off this terminal block, which is completely plastic or supposed to be Bakelite, I assume. This looks like it might be a reproduction, might not be. But we have to go ahead and clean those terminals up, land 6 of those wires in here in a specific order. Then we remove the rest of this harness as we go. This is the body harness down here, minus the blue and yellow wire. This goes over to our coil box. These are all the body harness wires that are old. We do have another body harness. Chris, will you please go get that from the box? It is a reproduction. It should be 8 wires. And it should neatly tie in to this whole location and this mess to be replaced. That's number 6, number 5, 4, 3, now take the rag, spray it down with brake clean, get a good corner of it all saturated, wipe it really good all around that block, inside, outside, everywhere. Hand me the brake clean. Hold the rag just below it, up against the terminal block. Okay, now we got the terminal block cleaned. We are going to go ahead and sit down on the fender, Chris, or on the running board. Take your magnetic tray and clean up all your screws. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I got my boy here working with me. Okay, we're dressing in the wiring harness. The next wire should be
yellow.
Battery.
So that's yellow.
Which should be yellow.
Knew it.
The big heavy wire.
Yep.
That's right, dress the wires nicely. Keep in mind, I want the ones from the dash in the back and the ones from the control panel in the front, or what they're controlling in the front.
I need you to answer one question real quick.
Why?
When's the next time we're going crabbing?
Possibly a week.
Okay. I was just curious.
But why are we doing that on video?
They should be able to see that too.
Yeah, but I'm saying, why are we talking about that right now when that's not what our task at hand is?
Because when we're down there, I can go fishing. Okay.
Okay, now it goes to tail lamp. Tail lamp should be solid black.
Called it.
Chris, that whole harness might have to twist off to the side, so don't worry too much on the bottom.
Hold up. Okay.
All right, now we go into our two headlamps. Okay? One of them is going to be the dim, one of them is going to be the bright.
These
So
two
we want the
reds.
bright first. And that should be a black with red.
Okay.
Okay, now, here you got an issue. Face the one in the back towards the back with the wire connection on the loop.
You mean like that?
Yes.
And then the other one just like this.
And then the other one in front of it, the opposite way. This way they should stack together nice and tight. Now you can put the other wire in between them. Yes. Make sure you push it all together tight so you have a good connection. Nice and straight on your terminals.
Okay.
All right. The last one should be your dim, your black and green. And that will be the same type setup.
I'm gonna move this washer forward. Why is this wire so short?
because it's supposed to go ahead and fan out to the one side.
Can you hold this?
Hold on a second. All right, now. Go ahead and get that pinched up in there.
Okay.
All right, now I want this dressed out a little bit if we can. Because this whole harness needs to be right there. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I want these terminals all nice and straight. Okay, now cut that zip tie. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there's the bulkhead connector, completely wired in, color matched, wire for wire all the way through. These last two here are doubled up for your lights on the brights and also on your lows, okay, your dims. Harness is secured here. I do wish to secure it down here and up here. I brought my wires up to the headlamp, even though I left my tails long for now. This is just to make sure everything works and I can shorten it up later. I got my generator wired in. And again, my other headlamp with the wires left long for now. Okay, next point of operation. Excuse me. But we had to remove gas. So what we did is we took the fuel line, we tagged in a piece of rubber fuel line onto the bottom of it, ran it out underneath the car, and you see it going through the sediment bowl. Look at all that rust coming down and stirring up. And we're running it right into a gas can. This gas will not be wasted, but we're not going to use it in the Model T because, well, quite honestly, it's old. It's kind of gotten the color of mellow yellow, if you understand. And while the gasoline is draining, I'm going to come on up here. I'm going to install the magnet kit into the transmission cover to catch any sort of metal debris. Okay, now I've just opened up the top of the transmission. I installed the magnet to catch any iron filings and other metallic debris that's caught up in the oil before it recirculates through the engine and transmission. Yes, that is correct. The motor oil and transmission fluid are the same and connected in this vehicle.